Artex Easy Fix Cove gives any room that special finishing touch. Before you begin fitting, here's what you'll need: Artex Easy Fix Multi-Purpose Adhesive, Artex Easy Fix Mitre Block, Artex Easy Fix Cove Joint and Gap Filler, Artex Easy Fix Cove Primer, tape measure, pencil, fine tooth saw, hammer, stripping knife, sponge, fine-grade sandpaper, panel pins or small nails, and paint. Always ensure you use appropriate protective wear and lay a dust sheet down to protect the floor. It's important to think about where to start. The best places are on external corners or in the most visible part of the room. Make sure the surface is sound, clean, and free of loose material like old wallpaper or paste. Draw pencil guidelines along the walls and ceiling to the width of your cove. Then score between the guidelines using the stripping knife to help the cove bond firmly. Sponge down to remove any loose paint or plaster. When creating joints and corner mitres, always measure the distance from the edge of the last length of cove to the corner to ensure the best match. To allow for the multi-purpose adhesive on the back of the cove, make sure that you take off 4 mm when you're measuring internal to internal angles, which is 2 mm at each end. And for exterior to exterior angles, add 4 mm, which is 2 mm at each end. When joining two pieces of Artex Easy Fix Cove, you can use a straight butt joint or a mitered joint. To cut a butt joint, place the cove in the mitre block on a workbench or similar flat surface and line up the measured mark with the upright edges at the stepped end of the block. When cutting, keep the saw lined up against both edges of the block. There are 4 different types of mitre cut: external angles, left hand and right hand, and internal angles, left hand and right hand. Make sure that you make all measurements and marks on the cove wall edge. When using the mitre block, it is a good idea to keep the cove supported and level using a piece of wood the same thickness as the base of the mitre block. Place the cove upside down in the mitre block with the wall edge uppermost, flat against the side, and the ceiling edge flat against the base. To cut a left-hand corner mitre, position the mitre block to the left of the length of cove and line up the measured mark with the appropriate mitre block slot, depending on whether the angle is to be internal or external. Similarly, position the mitre block to the right of the length of cove for right-hand corners. To fix, apply a generous wedge of Artex Easy Fix Multi-Purpose Adhesive and position the cove between the guidelines. It's a good idea to use a small mitered offcut to ensure the next piece will match up. Use your fingers, a stripping knife, or a sponge to remove any excess adhesive, and use it to fill in any gaps around the edges or the corners. Lightly tap panel pins or small nails into the wall and ceiling at 600 mm intervals either side of the cove to support it as the adhesive sets. Once dry, carefully remove any supporting pins, then lightly sand off excess adhesive to create a smooth finish. Fill the holes with Artex Easy Fix Cove Joint and Gap Filler or adhesive, leaving a smooth finish. Before you decorate, seal the porous surface with Artex Easy Fix Cove Primer. To match the existing surface color, paint when dry using a good quality emulsion.